Roll for record.
Perhaps the greatest internet meme of this particular moment in time shows a picture of a cicada. Out of its larval stage, wings unfurled behind it, red eyes staring. It is surrounded by a mantra of this moment reading simply, "Cast off the shell of your former self. Spend all summer outside screaming." My friends, we gather with the cicadas in a time of great emergence, when voices rise where once there was silence, when we cast off some of what has held us too tightly and reimagine what it is we might yet become. As the title of this service suggests, we might go together toward the rising of some new sun, some new beginning, blessed in the song that we sing, and so may our chalice burn for the voices raised, for the hope newborn, for the sacred cacophony of our voices raised together, for all that has been cast off while we emerge again into the new dawn.
Good morning and welcome to River Road Unitarian Universalist Congregation. I'm Reverend Amanda Weatherspoon, your Associate Minister. Welcome to all of you this morning. Welcome to this wonderful time of music and journey and story. If you're new with us this morning and you'd like to connect further, please reach out to our Connections team. You can find us at connections@rruuc.org. Welcome to all of you who are joining from YouTube. Welcome to all of you who might be watching later on YouTube or those even listening to the podcast. This is a time for celebration as well as a time for our inward journey and the journey that we are always on as a community. Our music service is a time each year when we get to kind of revel in the creative spirit and all of the talent here at River Road. This is a time to journey together, to listen, to be a part of creation. As always, our monthly worship theme this month is stories. And the stories that we tell one another, the stories that we become through this community, are beautiful and woven together as always. This morning, our worship will start off with a new member recognition. So now I'd like to welcome our Connections team and all the ways that we are growing as a community, the ways that we can get involved, and to meet our newest members. As always, come, let us worship together.
It is my joy this morning to welcome and introduce members of River Road's own Connections team, the very folks whose task it is to reach out with a heart for just what their name implies, connections. And so we're joined this morning by Mimi Mattis, Catherine Hubley, Beverly Tadeu, and Zan Fry, who are here to remind us that after all, it is connection that we yearn for. It is connection that fills our spirits. It is connection that keeps us coming back to be in community with each other every single day. This morning, we are blessed that these members of the Connections team are helping me to formally welcome all those who have joined us as members of our congregation during the course of the last congregational year in these extraordinary and occasionally even beautiful times.
The new members we'll recognize today have varied backgrounds and different religious journeys. These have brought them to River Road. By signing the membership book, they have all stated their desire to make RRUUC their spiritual home. Please feel free to use the chat to offer your blessings and warm greetings for all of these new members as we read their names this morning.
Join me in welcoming as I read the names of all of our new members, starting with the most recent to those who joined in the very first online ceremony last March. Carla Brandt, Jan Christine Johnson, Marilyn Fuchs, Ron Ewitz, Allison Dick, Mark Dorfman, Jill Martin, Susan Paget.
Stuart Silverman, Jana Dresden, Ronald Severo, Janice Dare, Caitlin Heston, Andrew Daly, Laura and Jack Wizotsky.
Marty Brown, Mary Lou Tucker, Lori Sales, Linda Snook, Kyle Ezer, Bailey Whiteman, Doug Belling, and Josh Moore.
My colleague Victoria Weinstein reminds us that here people have gathered for generations, seeking higher purpose and a deeper spiritual life than they could find alone. And so we are grateful today for each one of our new members. And we hope that as members of this congregation, you will allow yourselves to know and to be known, to minister and to be ministered to by your fellow travelers. With warm hearts, open minds, and a social conscience, we will move together wherever the path might lead. Welcome.
I love that team.
people whose work it is to help us all connect and to beat back the alienation and isolation of these our days. What a gift it is to be each other's people. There is so much that happens in the life of a community. There is so much that emerges during the course of every single day. Just in a moment, our Time for All Ages will show you what's happening in our garden, which you can help tend right now on our beautiful blossoming grounds. And this week, if you didn't see it, go back and check your email, because we sent to you a full rundown of our road to reconnection right here at River Road, including our new retreat dates and summer Vespers dates and times, and a glimpse of what we will regather for on September 12th for online and in-person multi-platform worship. Today, we lift up so many people hurting and hoping and finding a way forward. In particular, we lift up our board president, the ever-kind and tenacious Martin Dew, and Holly and their family as they mourn the death of Martin's mother just last week in California. She was a well-loved woman who loved her people and who loved the world, and who changed that world by the great force of her care. I also note that this Pride weekend, our River Road LGBTQ caucus rejoices that we continue to be a welcoming congregation for all populations, that this commitment extends so far in expanding ways that continues to transform us. In the words of our team, they say, let us all at River Road give our support. Let us give our support to what the people all around us need the most, and spread blessing this Pride weekend, so that that great pride for every single soul can expand and deepen for another year. With that, I turn it over for a brief announcement and a word of deep gratitude from Ann Bradley, one of the hardworking members of our financial stewardship team, who can report out on some of the ways we have indeed all been blessed by each other in this season of emergence.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Ann Bradley, and I'm a member of the Financial Stewardship Committee. We're the folks who coordinate the annual fundraising drive, which raises most of the money needed to operate River Road's programs and pay our fabulous staff. Our campaign theme this year was Meeting the Moment, in recognition of the ongoing challenge of the pandemic and how River Road has been here for all of us. It's not surprising, given the circumstances, that we did not quite hit our goal of $990,000. But we did meet the moment with an amazing $933,000 from 302 households. We are so grateful for each and every pledge, no matter the size. On top of that, we have several extra donations to help make up for the loss of other income that we have typically received. This includes rental fees for the first half of the next fiscal year. This additional support is another testament to the generosity and strength of this community. I'd like to take a minute to acknowledge and thank the members of this committee for their hard work, including our amazing chair, Sue Burnett, Sarah Ducey, Neil Johnston, Susan Messina, and Ron Roy, as well as this year's lead stewards and members of the Board of Trustees. We'd also like to thank Reverend Nancy and Anna Lim for their assistance and guidance, as well as the wonderful Sherry Blanchette, who was such a huge part of this committee for the past so many years. Please remember that it takes all of us pledging at whatever level is right for each of us to sustain this beloved community. While the former stewardship campaign is now ending, know that the door for pledging is never closed. It's never too late, and no amount is too small. Thank you for supporting the annual operations of River Road.
Gardens are places of hope for our future. Today, we're going to hear from Walter Weiss, who is the person behind our very own garden here at River Road.
Hi, I'm Walter Weiss, and I want to talk to you about the vegetable garden at River Road. We started this when Michelle Obama moved into the White House and started a vegetable garden there. And I decided this would be a perfect time for us to jump on the bandwagon and start a vegetable garden at River Road. I'd been thinking about this for a number of years. I grew up in a family that had a very large vegetable garden. My parents had vegetable gardens during World War II, Victory Gardens, and they continued doing that at home through my entire childhood. And I really had wonderful memories of that. Not only working with them in the garden, but also the wonderful food that we had. During the summer, we basically ate vegetables all the time. And I have little snapshots of myself, being really small in the garden and having the corn tower over me and the tomato plants tower over me. So I have really fond memories of this. And the committee, that I talked to at River Road was enthusiastic, but they said, well, you got to promise to stick with it, and take care of the garden. But I said, this is not a problem, because you don't understand. People sign up and wait for 10 years to get on the list to have a garden plot in this area. And I am so happy I have a very shady yard at my home here. So I couldn't really grow all the things I wanted to, in my yard. So having another plot here at River Road was a tremendous, gift to me. I have really enjoyed working with the RE program. We mostly have been working with the youngest kids who have been coming out in April to plant seeds, and also then in November to do some harvesting and spread the compost, and also to sort of clean up for the winter. So we've been doing that quite regularly. So, of course, during the pandemic, we haven't been able to have the groups come out, but we continue to invite people to come out on a scheduled basis during the week or on the weekend during the summer. We have one family or possibly two families at opposite ends of the garden, socially distanced, doing some work. We recently planted radishes and carrots and beets, and I was just out there today, and they've all sprouted, so they'll be a wonderful harvest. In the past, the other thing we've done is to harvest whatever is available once a month and give it to Shepherd's Table, taken over by the adult group who go there to help out every month. This year, we plan to do harvesting as well, maybe give it to Shepherd's Table, but there are also many different churches that are having food banks, and we have relationships with them, and maybe we'll just give some of our produce as it's available to the food banks. So we'll have opportunities to do that sort of harvesting as well. I'm also hopeful that this year we'll be able to plant a Three Sisters garden later in the summer, the squash, corn, and beans, which were the backbone of so much of Native American agriculture. Then we'll be able to harvest those in the fall and hopefully grind some cornmeal. So we have a lot of interesting plans going ahead, trying to keep things available to people at River Road who want to get involved. We have a few gardeners who are available to help out, and we're always interested in having anybody else join our gardeners group. So if you want to get your hands dirty and want to come out and just sort of help out with a periodic weeding and watering, you're more than welcome. So thank you very much.
Inch by inch, row by row, gonna make this garden grow. All it takes is a rake and a hoe and a piece of fertile ground. Inch by inch, row by row, someone bless these seeds I sow. Someone keep them warm below till the rain comes tumbling down. Planting seeds and picking stones, we are made of dreams and bones. Feel the need to grow my own, 'cause the time is close at hand. Grain for grain, sun and rain, find my way in nature's strain. Tune my body and my brain to the music from the land. Plant your rows straight and long, temper them with prayer and song. Mother Earth will make you strong if you give her love and care. Old Crow watching hungrily from his perch in yonder tree. In my garden I'm as free as the feathered thief up there. Inch by inch, row by row, gonna make this garden grow. All it takes is a rake and a hoe and a piece of fertile ground. Inch by inch, row by row, someone bless these seeds I sow. Someone keep them from below till the rain comes tumbling down. Comes tumbling down.
Each month at River Road, we extend our offering to a community organization whose values and mission aligns with ours. For the month of May, that organization is Action in Montgomery, which could not be closer to my heart. Action in Montgomery is a broad-based people's organization of over 45 congregations and communities right here in Montgomery County that gather together to build the people's power for change. Action in Montgomery has used that power to create personally, through the leadership in no small part of people right here at River Road, the first affordable before and after school programs here in the county. We've worked to organize affordable housing to make it possible for every single citizen of this place where we are blessed to live to make it through in this pandemic time with sustainability and hope. We'll hear right now a video recorded right in our sacred space from AIM leaders speaking of why this work matters. We've shown a strong commitment as a core AIM institution for so many years, including the amazing Linda Bleedingheiser serving now on the board and the strategy team of Action in Montgomery, and myself serving on the national board of the IAF, the organization of which AIM is a part. Let our power and our purpose be elevated when we come together with those around us to make a difference.
When I discovered what AIM was about, it responded to the passion that I had in my heart.
Cambia la autoestima al trabajar con personas que lo apoyan, lo guían y le hacen ver a uno a qué tiene derecho y a qué no tiene derecho. Ya, sirve, la verdad. Sí.
The world is in so many ways too broken and the stakes are too high to do ineffective organizing that mostly just makes us feel like we're doing something.
A lot of the time, the folks that have the political power are treated with kid gloves. But with AIM, we treat them as equals. We're all citizens, we're all equals.
Even if we don't have a good result, we always try to look how we're going to have a new strategy, how to have a good result.
And we walked out of the meeting totally depressed. And Jonathan Lang, who was then the advisor to Mark Fraley from Industrial Areas Foundation, said to us, "What did you learn? What was he saying to you?" And finally someone piped in and said, "We don't represent, when you look at the room, this county. And until we represent the county, we can't do the ask." And so we spent the next year becoming 22 congregations, and we were able to work with the county expediting, along with the state, all-day kindergarten over a number of years. It was the first really great success in 2001, 2002, along with increasing the Housing Initiative Fund.
And I remember that night asking the county executive at that time for $10 million for affordable housing. And that was a lot of money during that time.
The first and most important blessing of organizing is knowing that the people have the power and that the people have the power to make a difference in literally every circumstance if we're organized enough.
When AIM was created, it was the second IAF organization in Maryland. We now are on the cusp of having 5 organizations, which positions us to not only deal with Montgomery County politics, but statewide. Because some things we can deal with at the county level, but there's a lot of issues that really need to be addressed at the state level. And we've got the power, we've got the opportunity, and I think that's the next stage of our growth.
Montgomery Action, yo la verdad estoy bien agradecida que haya llegado a nuestra comunidad porque hemos hecho cambios que están a la vista.
The people that their voice are not heard, I always want to work with them to change for a better future.
That's what it's all about. Thank you so much to our AIM team for maintaining and building and nourishing those relationships that create the possibility of change over so many years. Together, we build the power through accountability, action, and most importantly, community. There are so many ways to give this morning, and I hope that you do. You can always go to our social justice giving page online at ruc.org. You can click on Action in Montgomery right there to learn more about the organization and give, clicking the link, and you can also text to give. The text to give number is 73256. Be sure to add AIM in the amount that you would like to give right now to this essential work. If you would prefer to mail a check to the office, we will take it. Be sure to add AIM in the memo line, and so let us give as we are willing and able, as we enjoy the incredible gift of music.
My life flows on an endless song. Above earth's lamentation, I hear the sweet though far off hymn that hails the new creation. Through all the tumult and the strife, I hear that music ringing. It sounds an echo in my soul. How can I keep from singing? Singer-songwriter Arlo Guthrie has been loosely quoted saying that there is a stream of songs flowing past you at all times, and you need only to reach out your hand and grab one. Rap artist Tupac Shakur describes his lyrics as words from his ancestors that are being told through him. Pat Humphries of the beloved Emma's Revolution shares the story of the song Swimming to the Other Side, a song we'll hear in just a few minutes. She tells us that it was what was left after she had nothing else to say. Music has a way of living through us and beyond us and within us, and even without us. There is something about that creative force that is ever waiting to be expressed, to be given new life and new meaning. There's something about that creative force that longs to be a part of the journey, that longs to accompany us on the journey. So this morning, in this space of time, let us journey together. Let us all reach out into that endless flow and find what is ours in this moment, to touch a piece of our own journey as we encounter the journey of one another. In this world full of heartbreak and loss, of challenges and conflict, and also in the midst of joy, in the midst of our lightness, even for the easy days, wrapped up in it all, in the midst of it all, how can we keep from singing? Blessed be, and amen.
We are living beneath the great big dipper. We are washed by the very same rain. We are swimming in the stream together, some in power and some in pain. We can worship this ground we walk on, cherishing the beings that we live beside. Loving spirits will live forever. We're all swimming to the other side. I am alone and I am searching, hungering for answers in my time. I am balanced at the brink of wisdom. I'm impatient to receive a sign. I move forward with my senses open. Imperfection, it be my crime. In humility, I will listen. We're all swimming to the other side. On this journey through thoughts and feelings, finding intuition, my head, my heart, I am gathering the tools together. I'm preparing to do my part. All of those who have come before me, band together and be my guide. Loving lessons that I will follow. We're all swimming to the other side. When we get there, we'll discover all of the gifts we've been given to share have been with us since life's beginning, and we never noticed they were there. We can balance at the brink of wisdom, never recognizing that we've arrived. Loving spirits will live forever. We're all swimming to the other side. We are living beneath the great big dipper. We are washed by the very same rain. We are swimming in the stream together, some in power and some in pain. worship this ground we walk on, cherishing the beings that we live beside. Loving spirits will live forever. We're all swimming to the other side. Loving spirits will live forever. We're all swimming to the other side.
We are going down the valley one by one. Now the icy chill of winter's cold is done. We are turning from the shadows of the past to the promise of a brighter dawn at last.
I Thank You, God, by E.E. Cummings. I thank you, God, for most this amazing day, for the leaping greenly spirits of trees and a blue true dream of sky, and for everything which is natural, which is infinite, which is yes. I who have died am alive today. And this is the sun's birthday. This is the birthday of life and of love and of wings and of the gay great happening illimitably earth. How should tasting, touching, hearing, seeing, breathing, any lifted from the know of nothing, human merely being, doubt, unimaginable you? Now the ears of my ears awake. And now the eyes of my eyes are opened.
It was a lover and a lass, with a hey and a ho and a hey nonny no, that o'er the green cornfield did pass in springtime, the only pretty ring time, when birds did sing, hey ding-a-ding-a-ding, sweet lovers love the spring. Between the acres of the rye, with a hey and a ho and a hey nonny no, these pretty country folk would lie in springtime, the only pretty ring time, where birds did sing, hey ding-a-ding-a-ding, sweet lovers love the spring. This carol they began that with a hey and a ho and a hey nonny no, springtime, the only pretty ring time, when birds did sing, hey ding-a-ding-a-ding, sweet lovers love the spring. And therefore take the present time with a hey and a ho and a hey nonny no. For love is crowned with a prime in springtime, the only pretty ring time, where birds did sing, hey ding-a-ding-a-ding, sweet lovers love the spring.
Guided by this natural beauty, this wonder of the space we share, I invite you into a time of visualization, of centering, and of calm. The words of the Reverend Carolyn Owen Toll remind us we are fragile and rooted. See a blossom in your mind's eye. Allow it to fill the interior of your own imagination. Greater perfection of form in nature cannot be imagined than this blossom. With inward gaze, absorb each wondrous fluted petal. Slide down its surface until you drop as the dew into its velvety core. Immerse your senses here. Such fragile and fleeting beauty gives one impulse to weep. Slowly reverse that journey as you ascend toward wider light. Turn your imagination around and see the many facets of this blossom, all that is stored within the memory of flowers. Marvel that this creation, while utterly fragile, is yet undaunted. Marvel that it boldly buds forth, turning resolutely toward the sun. We too shimmer with expectation. We too exude our own illumination, color, pulse, praise. Vulnerable. We too venture our lives courageously toward hope and turn to the light, at once fragile and rooted.
can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, gonna be bright, sunshiny day. I think I can make it now. The pain is gone. All of my bad feelings have disappeared. There is a rainbow I've been praying for. It's gonna be a bright, gonna be bright, sunshiny day. Look all around, nothing but blue skies. Just look straight ahead, nothing but blue skies. Look all around, nothing but blue skies. Just look straight ahead, nothing but blue skies. I can see clearly now, the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Got to the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be a bright, gonna be bright, sunshiny day. It's gonna be a bright, gonna be bright, it's gonna be bright, sunshiny day.
Can't you just almost reach out and grab it? That new dawn that we approach together. I'm here to extend the gratitudes we extend every week and to share our words of benediction, but I want to remind you not to go anywhere because we have one more piece of music, one more amazing blessing for you in song. And today, we have a very special on-screen appearance for the people who make the magic happen. Magic, I am convinced, only happens through labor and love. And so today, right where you are, I want all of you at home to get ready to give a giant round of applause to our tech team. Yes, Danny Turner, Marsha Leonard, Dave Leonard. This happens because of their love and their skill. Thank you. Thank you. And you know that this is a congregation with a beating heart of music. This is a congregation that works because we collectively make it work through the shared beauty of our song and all of the musicians, the editors, the people who played amazing instruments today, who danced and laughed and walked on these grounds to bring you this gift, represented in part by our own amazing Cliff Harden and Shuai Wong. Thank you. Thank you, each and every one who brings the beauty and brings the blessing every time. And so as we emerge from this place where we have gathered, may the truth that makes us free, the love that casts out fear, and the hope that never dies guide us and those we love and those we don't love yet forward together till the day spring breaks and all the shadows flee away.
Now let us sing, 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 sing. Now let us sing, 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 sing. Now let us sing.
Sing to the power of the faith within. Sing to